All right, well, they meant well. A lot of celebrities getting political at a hand-in-hand hurricane relief telethon last night. Here are some examples.
This is not fake news. Climate change is real, and we have to help our government see that.
The effects of climate change are playing out around the world every day.
Anyone who believes that there is no such thing as global warming must be blind or unintelligent. Lord, please save us all.
How about just raising the money, helping the folks out in need, and spare the lectures? So I'm going to go to the comedian and my friend Joe Piscopo on this. Was that really necessary? Whatever your views on climate change, whatever your views on all the other political dust-ups we've had, what do you think?
Oh, it was great. This is not fake news. I was like, you know, give me a break. You raise the money, be grateful, and at this time, with all the trouble that's been going on, Neil, Texas, Florida, the news coming out of Florida just today, can't you just put the politics aside? Plus, the argument isn't authentic. It's a flawed theory because the climate change regulations were in play for the last 8 years. So if you're going to blame anybody, let's blame who was there the last 8 years. I'm just saying. And I don't want to blame anybody. Let's raise the money. You know, Jerry Lewis did it the best. He did the telethon. He didn't politicize anything. He raised $2.5 billion, rest his soul. And we all went home happy helping out the kids. And that's the way it should be now, Neil Cavuto.
Yeah, well, I remember Jerry Lewis would say, I wanted to get money from Democrats and Republicans alike, so I wasn't about to try to offend them. And leaving aside the possibility you're offending the very folks you're trying to help, many of whom might not be so caught up in this climate change thing, just that for the first time in a dozen-plus years, they suffered a pretty serious thing, and they don't need the lectures. They just need the help.
We're so sick of the lectures, man, and that's why I think the president got elected, Neil, because, and I say it every morning on the radio on AM 970, thanks, Neil, it's like the audience, we don't want to be lectured anymore. We're told what to do. We're told that we're racist, you know, and when the celebrities say something, you know what? There's a great line that the great Chaz Palminteri in The Bronx Tale wrote for the character Sonny. Remember he said? And he was talking to the young kids in The Bronx Tale, and Chaz went, "Nobody cares. Nobody cares." Am I right? You know, and Chaz was right. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Why did it? You know, you are in part of this celebrity culture.
Well,
I mean, you're one of the greatest veterans of Saturday Night Live.
No, please.
And I'm just thinking. Now, obviously, there's a great temptation to sort of state your political points of view.
Right.
But I must say, the vast majority of entertainers last night opted not to do that.
That's right.
So I mentioned a couple who did. But it doesn't have a place like this. Save the lectures for later. Just raise the money now. I mean, even when they did that We Are the World thing, they spared the lectures and just raised the dough.
That's a great analogy. No, I'm not, please, celebrity. Yeah, give me a break. I'm not on the A list. I'm not on the B list. I'm not even on the wait list of Hollywood.
You, my friend, are the original Sinatra. No. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what the old man said, Frank Sinatra said? He said, you know what? The only thing my audience expects out of me is a good performance. And that's the way it should be for celebrities everywhere. And I come to you like a radio host, man, every morning with this great audience that we've garnered on AM 970. They don't want to hear me lecture. And when I see something happening and I have to decipher what is really fake news a lot of the time, I'm like a translator in the morning on the radio. But I always turn to the radio audience, Neil, and I go, help me out here. I don't know. I'm not the final word. I humbly submit this. Now you help me out. But when they have that pompous attitude, they know all. This is the way it is. You know what this means in Italian, Neil? You know,
yes,
I mean,
I do. You don't have to go there. I was thinking of you because if the late, great Rodney Dangerfield were alive today raising money, I don't think he'd be doing any of this, which leads me to your Rodney Dangerfield.
I'll tell you, I'm okay now, but last week I was in rough shape. I'll tell you. I ain't gonna say anything about politics. Just send the money. I'm all right. I'm okay.
But you know, you're right about this, Joseph. The vast majority did do that, did stick to that, whatever your view. And there are a lot of people who say, well, the climate change, what's going on, has led to this. There are many others who say, well, it took a fine time to evidence itself after a dozen quiet years of hurricane activity. But there was that temptation. What is it in the mindset of your buddies there that among some is a great temptation to lecture?
I don't know, holier than thou, I think. A lot of people have fooled themselves when you hear that folks from, and forgive me not to politicize it here, but the big topic on the radio this morning was ESPN calling the President of the United States a white supremacist. I mean, really, do we need to hear this? You know, and then, I mean, I said on the radio, Neil, I mean, not to push buttons here, but I mean, when Barack Obama was in, I thought it was so cool that we had a black American as a president of the United States. I thought that was great. And he put in his cabinet people from his community, black Americans, African Americans. I was so proud as an American. I didn't say, oh, he's a black supremacist. You know, the celebrities, they do get full of themselves. And I know on ESPN, I know the gal, maybe she meant well. Her, you know, she's a very popular show. We don't need the lectures. We are tired of being lectured. I'm not a racist. Oh my God, we are the disenfranchised. You and me, Neil, and now with this new tax plan, you know, with the salary you make, Neil, it's going to hit you pretty hard.
Really, we had to go there. I was thinking of you with that.
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm just saying. All right, my friend, thank you very much. Words to live by, though. Just help out and save the finger pointing for another day, another time. Thank you, my friend. Does excellent impressions. That's for another visit. All right.